Hello and welcome to the Commune podcast. Today, we're not talking about Metal Black. We're instead going to be talking about Super Mario Land 2 for the Game Boy. Today, we have several people joining us, and if we'll just go around the table and see what we've all been playing, because that's very interesting and it tells us a lot about each other. So, Golem, what have you been playing?
I have been playing. Wait, what have I been? Oh man, I totally wasn't prepared for this.
Normally we ask how you're doing, but see, I don't really care because your game tells me how you're doing.
Oh, that's right. Well, I've been playing two games. I picked up Gradius 2 on the Game Boy. It's called Gradius Interstellar Assault, and it is the third Gradius 2. Um,
Oh, jeez.
anyway, Interstellar Assault is kind of a neat little Gradius game on Game Boy. You have a lot of it almost has like a Gradius 3 level of customization to it where you can pick missiles and doubles and lasers one by one before you go into the game.
Uh-huh.
And the slow speed of the Game Boy I find works in Gradius's favor. I find it's a much more tolerable game,
Oh boy.
just because the difficulty gets knocked down so far. But and then it runs the risk of almost being trivial. And it's also got unique music, which is really cool.
That
Good
is
new
very
Gradius
good.
music. And after that, I picked up Gradius on Virtual Console on 3DS, and I save scum my way through. I put a save state at the beginning of each level, and I saw the end of the game that way. And
That's, that's not a bad way to go.
I looked up that my reliance on the force field has been killing me so far because force field increases the rank the most out of any of the abilities you have.
So this is a spin-off you said on the Game Boy, or
Oh, yeah,
it,
the Game Boy. So there are
it's
two Gradius games on Game Boy. The first one is just a port, and the second one is like a brand new Gradius game.
oh, okay. I see. Boy, they really like messing up with Gradius 2, don't they? Got Gradius 2, Go for No Yabo episode 2. It's it's a whole.
You got to clear some confusion.
But how good is Gradius 2 Electric Boogaloo?
The breakdancing with multiples is pretty good.
I mean, it was a genre shift for Gradius, but I thought it worked in its favor. All right, yourself, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Final Fantasy for NES. Started that on the Virtual Console this week.
Oh, interesting. You know, in Japan, that was originally called Final Fantasy One, and when they brought it over here, it was called Final Fantasy One.
That's actually a pet peeve of mine when people call the first game in the series 1.
Oh no!
Like you can just add a number to it like that.
I think Microsoft has that same pet peeve.
I don't know that joke.
Microsoft Windows 1, Halo Combat Evolved 1. Xbox One.
Oh,
Thank you, Oak.
So Final Fantasy 1, so to speak, is that's probably like my second favorite in the series so far, and I've played all of them except for the PlayStation ones and 4.
so you played 5 then, huh?
About what, 10 hours of it? Is that what we played? Golem?
We got through the beginning of the game, which is picking up the four crystals.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. I know we played for like 3 or 4 sessions, and they were long sessions.
Yeah.
I've played it enough to know what it is.
oh, jeez. Well, 5 is a personal favorite of mine.
Yeah, five's mine.
I would go back and play more of 5. It's just an inconvenient one to play because I have to get like a Game Boy Advance or something.
So with Final Fantasy, I mean the job class thing, you're sort of locked in, unlike other Final Fantasies with the job class, where you can just decide to change jobs. You're just kind of stuck with what you got at the beginning. Don't you? Do you feel like it's a big endeavor to well, not
Yeah.
endeavor, but
Well,
you
I've
know what I'm
already,
saying.
yeah, it's a commitment. and I've already restarted the game once to reorganize my party. Yeah, I can certainly see the appeal and appreciate the class change in the later games, but the nice thing about Final Fantasy One system is that it gives you a reason to play the game again, since it's not that long.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I would rather have the class change, but either way, it's better than the dumb ones where your characters don't even have classes. I mean, who the hell came up with that?
Oh
An
God.
idiot? Stupid person?
Well, I don't think. No, but probably not. So, do you ever do any runs of that game where you don't do the upgrade?
I have never beat it before. This is my first time playing
Oh,
through
this
it.
is your first time. Okay. So good luck to you then. Since you're not playing on a modern console, definitely good luck to you.
Yeah, that's why I had to restart, because I learned about all the bugs.
I was about to say not on a modern console. He's playing it on Wii, and then I realized what you meant.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
I haven't heard good things about the remakes either, so I don't feel like I'm making a particularly rotten decision.
All right, Waithwa, what have you been playing?
I've been playing a lot of 20XX. It's a Steam game, and it's basically Mega Man X except a roguelike.
What did you say it was called?
20XX, like 2000 XDX.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the Strong Bad game. No.
But no, I think the devs have straight up said that they're basing it off of Mega Man X. It's got all the same mechanics, wall jumps, dashes, and stuff. You got
That
say
is a very familiar looking costume.
Yeah, I was going to say, I hope the devs have said that, because I don't think anyone could possibly miss it.
yeah.
You said this was a roguelike?
Yeah, the levels are randomly generated, not like 100% random. There'll be different sections that once you've played it a few times, you'll definitely recognize them. And the order you go through the levels in is randomized. The first one you go in is completely not completely random. Well, no, it is. There's just some that you can't get first, I think. And after you clear one, you've got 3 choices on which one to go to next. It goes by boss. There's, I believe, 4 different level styles, I guess, with 2 bosses on each.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's
So,
a lot of fun.
would you say it's like kind of like a Spelunky then?
Kind of. In that it's level at a time. It's, a roguelike-ish.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
gameplay-wise, obviously, it's not. It's
Okay.
Gameplay-wise, it's pretty much Mega Man X. Just go right, shoot and/or slash things, beat the boss, get the item. Yeah,
Nice.
pretty much.
How's the music?
It's pretty good. I don't pay attention to it a lot. I'll have my headphones on. Not my computer headphones, but playing music while I play it sometimes just because it's good, but it's nothing really noteworthy, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. It's still a lot of fun. It is early access right now. It's getting updates pretty often. I think there's another one coming in a few days. It's even got a timer counting down on the title screen until the next update.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. Keeps things lets you know when you're going to get the next big one. That's very cool. Oak, what have you been playing?
Well, I've been playing a lot of Mario Maker for one thing. I'm still using a lot of that. And
Yeah, you're still knee deep in all those level creations, aren't you?
yeah, I've just finished the project of recreating all of Mega Man 9 in Mario Maker. It's kind of fun. And I'm almost at my 4th medal, so that'd be cool. And then other than that, I just started Undertale this morning, which is pretty interesting so far.
I heard it's pretty scary.
Oh God.
I don't know about that. I haven't got any. If anything, it's kind of heartwarming. So far, it's pretty funny. But like I said, I'm still on like the first dungeon. I literally just started it this morning, but it's pretty interesting so far. I mean, the music is really good as expected from Toby Fox, and the music has a lot. It reminds me a lot of the classic JRPGs, and you can tell just from the start in the writing that it feels very similar to like Homestuck and like the Mother series in a bit. So I'm excited to play later to play more of it.
Shouty, didn't you describe Undertale on the second Realms of the Haunting podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Describe it as what?
I don't know. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, that is the time I've been playing it and said I have been playing it.
Yeah, so you guys have that in common. You've both now described Undertale.
In a podcast.
Yeah.
Good. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Undertale's fantastic. I've played through it myself.
Oh,
It's the best video game ever.
Pretty scary, right, Wario fan?
Yeah, it's basically Five Nights at Undertale. It's just, jump scare is nothing but.
If it was Five Nights at Undertale, then it would be the worst game ever.
Oh God. The indie scene.
oh, do you play, like, do you try to talk to people or do you just try to kill them?
I'm going. I've been doing nothing but talking to people and trying to do the mercy thing.
Okay.
I've been
That's
doing all sparing.
that's a good way to go about it. All right, Shouty, what have you been playing?
I've been playing a few games. I've been playing Yoshi's Woolly World, Triforce Heroes, and Chibi Robo Ziplash.
Like a Nintendo soup of great things.
And
Yeah.
Chibi Robo Whiplash.
Chibi Robo Ziplash is the best one.
Oh, no.
I would play
Yeah.
it called Nintendo Soup.
Ooh. That's like a Mario Maker, but for multiple Nintendo games. Put Zelda in your Mario level.
It's pretty much a make your own NES remix.
Yeah, there you go.
So you're saying out of those three, you prefer Ziplash?
Yeah. I think it's great that we have another Chibi Robo game that's full price and on a console. And not a eShop game.
I'm not sure. Was that like an advertisement from a Nintendo stockholder, or
That's my job, pal.
was that your opinion?
Do Nintendo stockholders do advertisements? Is that their job now?
Well, if you're at an investment meeting, perhaps come invest in Chibi Robo.
Why is Chibi Robo your favorite?
I feel like it fills the void of having a non-Mario, non-Yoshi, non-Kirby platformer.
A non-standard mascot platformer.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, my only complaint about Chibi Robo is how bland the environments look. Because I'd like to imagine me walking on large objects as a small robot instead of just having them be in the background. But
Oh.
I think just the blandness of the objects actually helps the players gauge how they're using the Ziplash.
And the big complaint I always see with Ziplash is that level roulette. But
The destination wheel, well,
yeah,
I mean, you get so many coins in that game that you can pay for the wheel to take you wherever you want. So
you
it gives
can
some
just-
use out of the coins, and even then, the destination wheel is pretty lenient about where you stop. Like there's no randomness to it or any oddities. It's just press the button when you see the arrow pointing at the number, and it'll stop where you press the button on the number.
So you can just bribe your way to the next level.
Yeah, or get good at timing.
So that's pretty interesting. So it's sounds like it's really not as bad as it's made out to be.
Still not totally sold. It's a good idea.
I mean, it's not a good idea, but it's also not a bad idea.
Yeah, you could say that.
It's a bad idea mitigated by good ideas.
Yeah, it's like if they had to make a game that had a roulette wheel in it, they did a really good job of it. And it's only that first assumption that you have to question.
So yeah, go play Chibi Robo Ziplash and get it with the amiibo. Because it's basically a full price 3DS game with the amiibo, so you may as well just get it.
What if I don't want an amiibo?
Then I don't know what to tell you.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
want the game.
But the amiibo
Wow.
really completes the game.
Is there exclusive content?
Yes, there is. There's levels that you
Ah.
get with the amiibo.
Okay.
You get to level it up. It's like a pet Chibi Robo.
Just sort of like how he is in general.
He's a pet?
Isn't he? I mean, you order him and he cleans up your house.
Yeah, but it's like saying a Roomba is a pet.
Isn't
like-
he?
Yeah,
Right.
wait.
Well, he's like a robot. He's like a mini robot maid then, or
Yeah, but there are different Chibi robots for different functions. Like the one in Ziplash is for space cleaning.
He's Vector Man.
Yeah.
Anyhow, Wario fan, what have you been playing? Oh, well, I've been playing Corpse Party for the PSP.
Excuse me?
You sick fuck.
Oh my God.
Quark's Party?
What?
Corpse.
Party.
Quark's Party. You know, from DS9.
I was thinking it was a spin-off Ratchet and Clank game. Maybe.
Oh yeah, a party game with Ratchet and Clank characters.
So how are you partying with the corpses?
Well, unfortunately, it is not at all like Mario Party, which is a big disappointment. You don't pick a corpse and roll around on a board. It's just, I'm afraid it's not like that. It's more of a sort of a visual novel type, but with like your typical Super Nintendo RPG overworld, in a sense.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's got that as an art style, but like there's no battles or anything. It's just that's the way it looks when you're trying to get from,
So it's like an adventure game.
Yeah, it's an adventure game with a lot of scary death scenes.
So is it like does it have like multiple endings and multiple paths and like bad ends in the kind of the ending, or it's more linear than that?
It actually is a little more linear than that, oddly enough. Actually, every chapter is its own save file. So there isn't anything you can do in Chapter 1 that'll affect what you do in Chapter 3 or so on. What it actually is, you can actually get bad endings within each chapter. So eventually you're going to get a good ending that gets you to the next chapter regardless, but you can always mess up somewhere and get a bad ending exclusive to that chapter.
So it's like an episodic style game.
Like Live Alive.
Yeah.
Or Kirby Superstar.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like Kirby Superstar because that's...
Why not?
I'm sorry, we can't make everything like Kirby Superstar.
Oh.
I've basically beaten it. I'm just trying to go for all the endings.
So it organizes like things in each chapter. You don't have to like do long playthroughs of each time to get a different ending at the end.
Yeah, basically, if you want so-and-so ending, you just pick the chapter where that is and you get it.
Yeah, seems interesting.
It is, yeah.
Sounds easier.
There's also a bit of a collection aspect, but it's, well, what you're doing is you're collecting name tags of dead children. So, anyway.
Sounds like a party.
Whoa!
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's what I use for Easter egg hunts.
Oh, God.
Today, our big focus is on Super Mario Land 2 for the Game Boy, which was the introduction of some new Mario character, but I can't remember his name.
Tango.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's the ant. Ant with spikes on his head.
Yeah, and that reappeared in Super Mario 3D World.
Wait, it was that yellow guy, the angry star.
Yeah, angry star.
How do you know it's yellow? The game was in black and white.
No, it was the big fat cowfish thing.
For all we know, he could have played on the Game Boy Color.
I don't think it's yellow on a Game Boy Color. I think it's probably like blue or something like that.
Okay, we can stand here disputing what color the star is on a Game Boy Color, or we can talk about the important subjects, like whose house is that you start in. It's just, if Mario owns the castle,
It's Toad's
whose
house.
Maybe it's Daisy's cottage that she goes to visit. Didn't she give him this land or something like that?
But
No,
it's,
the
it's
story
where
of the
Daisy
game.
and Mario have like their secret meetups.
Oh,
They
Lord.
meet at that little house.
The story of the game is actually, while Mario was busy doing the stuff in Mario Land 1, Wario came and messed up Mario Land. So it actually is on Mario Land property.
Did Mario have his own? When did Mario get his own nation though? It's separate from the Mushroom Kingdom.
You know, there's timeline disputes about that. We could go into that, but
This
that's another.
their adult timeline.
When will we get the Mushroom Historia?
Oh, no.
So the big thing that separates Mario Land 2 from most Mario games, primarily ones with the world map, is that this is actually a non-linear design because you can select which order you want to take go in go, take. You can select the order you want to do the worlds.
It's like Mega Man.
Yeah, it's like Mega Man, except Mega Man's a selection screen and not a cool map.
Or Kirby Superstar.
Okay, it's not like Kirby Superstar. Now, the big question here is, what way do you think that this non-linearity affects level design? We'll start with Shouty.
I think it makes it so that there's like a certain amount of difficulty. Each of the first levels of each world must be to allow accessibility. So it's not like there's a rising difficulty curve as you would have in other Mario games. Except for the very last level of Mario Land 2.
So basically you're saying that every level is just sort of, on its own, it starts at 0 and goes to 5 or whatever. Instead of just having, this level's 0, this level's 1, this level's 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's a good observation. Does anyone have any disagreements with that statement?
It does that, but I think also notable is that the worlds themselves are short. The game is spread out, so it's broader rather than deep. So the worlds range from, like 2 levels to...
It's either 2 or 3
5.
levels. Oh, wait, I guess Macro Zone has like 5, yeah.
Tree Zone has 4, plus
Some
a
of them
secret
have
level.
5, yeah.
Okay.
I think the
Tree
lowest-
Zone is 5.
Tree Zone has 5.
Yeah,
plus a
you could
secret
get
level.
one.
Because of that, I think not only is the difficulty spread out across the first level of each zone, I would say that the difficulty, with exception to the boss stages, is almost totally consistent throughout the entire game. I can't really call to mind what stands out as like a level I had more trouble on than anything else.
I can, but that would just be the final castle. But yeah, you're right.
Well,
I think
Well,
before
that's
the
a boss level.
Yes,
Yeah. last
As I
level.
said, the boss levels definitely are more difficult.
I think there are some gameplay elements that determine difficulty, like when you're in space, you can jump a lot farther, so they demand a little more of you. There's tricky spike placement in the star level, for instance. And the turtle zone gets a little tricky, but just because, I don't know, water levels in Mario are always kind of a little hard, and that's true here too.
Well, the thing about that though is I think what we mean is that it's still in overall difficulty. All the worlds are about the same level. Like the first level of each one is still about the same difficulty. Instead, the main differences in the levels isn't so much difficulty, but the actual challenge format and the gimmick of each world is more. Each world, and especially sometimes each individual level within them, seems more strongly adhered to a specific gimmick compared to some of the earlier Mario titles. Or I don't want to say gimmick, maybe a theme, but like I said, like Tree Zone has the sap, which affects things differently. You mentioned the whole thing with the space zone, and you have underwater. Every world kind of really operates almost on its kind of different type of physics than from each other, which I found kind of interesting.
I would argue that space and water are inherently more difficult than sap or any of the other gimmicks in any of the other zones.
Well, I think it depends also on a player's own ability. 'Cause for what might be more difficult to one player may be easier to another player, depending on a player's natural skills or what they're more used to.
Yeah, okay.
But I think that there is nonetheless an argument to be made that one needs to adapt more fully to water or low gravity, because whether or not they're more difficult, they're persistent challenges throughout the stage. So every new challenge, like just a regular Goomba, needs to be reevaluated in a space level because now you have low gravity. Every input you make is affected by that parameter, whereas in a level where the gimmick is like moving platforms, a significant amount of the level is not going to be beholden to moving platforms for your inputs.
Okay, that makes sense. But like I said, and then you got the whole thing is like, but even then, because of the non-linear, you can choose to do those more difficult sections kind of earlier rather than later. So, like I said, for me, Turtles, and I think a lot of players, Turtle Zone was the first zone I did just because it's like the first one you really see when you first start up the map.
It is pretty appealing. You do want to see what's going on with that turtle guy.
Then he eats you.
Yeah, so like I said, that surprised me is that I think nowhere else, that's the first time I've ever had a thing where the water level was literally the first part of the game I played. That was the first zone I beat.
I guess Starfy is like that. It's a little joke.
Yeah, but Starfy is easier underwater and harder on land, so it's ironic.
I get it.
Is his invincibility power up a little Mario head?
Oh, that's why Starfy doesn't have power-ups.
This is some deep Nintendo lore here. I'm thinking it.
Starfy's barely Nintendo.
What?
Starfy's barely Nintendo.
Oh, you don't mean that.
Anything that's in Brawl is
Nintendo.
Yeah.
All right. So Mario Land 2 was stuck on the original Game Boy. So what are some ways that the Game Boy's limitations affected the design? Yourself.
So it's pretty obvious that the game struggles at times to keep up with what's going on. The most obvious, or at least the first that's coming to mind, being that if there's more than two moving anythings, be they environmental things, power-ups, or enemies on screen at a time, the game slows down, and then if you pick up like 3 or 4, by chance, the game slows to a crawl. So it's pretty apparent once you've made note of that a lot of the design is worked around the fact that they can only use 1 or 2 things at a time. Like, it's not like the game is slowing down all the time, and the fact that the game isn't slowing down all the time is indicative of the work they put in making sure their scenarios weren't based around multiple things going on at a time.
Except for the Tree Zone bonus level, because that level is all about keeping like 4 Koopas on screen at the same time. It chugs like the entire time.
I honestly can't remember what that one is.
Yeah, I just watched it. But yeah, it was pretty laggy. Yeah, for the most part, you're right. They try to keep away from levels where the main premise is that you're swarmed by enemies and stuff. You can't really have bullet hell levels in this game.
There's also, I don't know if this is inherent to Game Boy or what, but I find a lot of platformers have... The physics aren't as nuanced as their console brethren, and you can certainly see that in Super Mario Land and Metroid 2, and Super Mario Land 2 is no different, where there's less momentum behind the physics, and it feels a little bit more like you're playing Mega Man with low gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Really? You got that impression?
The jumping is more floaty. Jumping, well, everything is slower. But yeah, jumping. It feels like every level is kind of a moon level, which is why probably why the space level, rather than having that kind of jump, the space level lets you completely go all the way up. Because otherwise, like I said, all the other levels, jumping in all of the other levels already feels like what in a console game would probably be the physics on like a space level.
Yeah.
One of the other aspects of that is that the game is more zoomed in it's more zoomed in even than Super Mario Land.
Well.
But definitely than your console Marios, and that's pretty normal and predictable on Game Boy because they have less pixels on the screen to deal with. But I think the slow jump plays into that in that you have more time for consideration of what you're landing on and for just things to come into screen, basically. Whereas really fast action probably would be really annoying.
Be more dependent on memorization skills.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, suck.
Pretty much exactly what I felt about the castle. All those Piranha statues shooting at you off screen, just barely. I actually still haven't finished that one. I went in there with like 10 lives.
Yeah, I think that probably took me like 20-some lives my first time doing it.
It is a rather unfair castle.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's unfair. It's challenging.
It's discourteous of Wario.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. So, the other thing is that they had to affect the game is the lack of color. I like how, compared to the other consoles, they had to change up what the power-ups and a lot of what items looked like. Like,
Yes,
especially one-up
exactly.
shroom has been changed to a heart, because the one-up shroom is just a mushroom in a different color. And, of course, also, like, Fire Mario is Mario with a headband for some reason, which I still don't really get why he has a feather in his head.
Yep.
'Cause
What
you
is
can't
going
have
on
to-
there?
You can't, you need color to display
No.
what Mario really looks like.
I know that's what Eric's saying, but why is it a feather?
Yeah, why is
not?
it?
What else would it
Well,
be?
A chicken on his head?
Like an
Maybe
actual
even weirder.
head?
Well, chickens are associated with, like, buffalo wings, which are spicy, which is like fire.
And then, of course, also, like I said, in addition to the Fire Mario change, like I said, there's that. And then I think the bunny ears power up instead of the cape, I think, is more has to do because of the speed. Is that there's no way the handheld would have been able to factor how fast the cape works, and also how fast you can go vertical. So that's why, and maybe why the platforming power up in this game, the bunny ears, for the most part, it sticks to horizontal and floating kind of lightly down, as opposed to the cape. It's a lot simpler than the cape was.
It is noticeable that the bunny ears pretty much slow gameplay no matter what, whereas I can't think of another power-up where that's consistently the case, except for Rock Power and Kirby Superstar, which this kind of reminds me of.
That's how the raccoon tail works in the 3D Land World games.
3D Land World games?
Yeah.
I haven't played those, so I'll take your word for it.
Tail doesn't really slow. Isn't that slow? Then the raccoon tail just lets you slow your descent a little, but that's how it's always been to help. But I'm talking about that's still not the same as like the bunny ears, where you're flat out just it keeps you, for the most part, you're stuck on this horizontal plane. You're kind of just slowly floating horizontally. It's almost more like a prolonged version of Peach's jump in Super Mario Brothers 2.
Oh, I see what you mean.
It's like how on a ledge after raccoon power-up, you'd have a diagonal line of coins going down, but the ledge after the carrot power-up would just be a straight line of them.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, actually, that's probably the best comparison is to Peach's power in Super Mario Brothers 2 and Super Mario 3D World. It's more like that, but lasting a little longer.
One thing I like about the bunny ears, and this is so far off topic, I don't even know why I'm mentioning it, is there is one level, what I think is probably the best level in the game, in Tree Zone, the sap level, I guess. Or, I don't know if it's sap or honey, but it's the second level in Tree Zone.
Sap.
I think it's sap.
Yeah, and so you get stuck in that, and when you're normal Mario or Super Fireball Mario, you sort of control like swimming, where you tap the jump button to move up a little bit. But if you have bunny ears, you can hold the jump button and you'll just move straight up. So that's like a little different interaction for the power-up in a level-specific context, which is pretty uncommon in Mario games, I feel like. And another instance of that in this game is the blocks that can only be broken with Fireball, which just feels like it's breaking a cardinal Mario rule by existing.
Why is that?
Miyamoto wouldn't have wanted.
That's something that should be in a Kirby game, not in a Mario game. Needing a power up to get through something? No way.
But it's not like necessary. It's just an alternate path, and
Yeah.
Super Mario Bros. 3 had the ice blocks, where you can melt with the fireball.
Needing a power up or an alternate path has always been a thing. Has been a thing in some of the other Mario games, like Mario World. You need a power up in order to get to some of the secret exits.
Yeah, but Cape stuff is a little bit different because Cape opens up exploration, so it's not a specific element that you need to interact with using the Cape. Instead, it just opens up the areas in the level that you can reach. So there's nothing to necessarily key you in, like, oh, this ceiling's open, I'm going to need Cape here to get through.
What about secret exits that you can only access using stuff like the P balloon? I know there's at least one that you need the P balloon for, and there's some that you need to use a P switch for.
But aren't those level-specific elements themselves? Like
No.
a P-switch?
No, and
Yeah.
some of the P-switch is only there to well, I mean, you can use it to proceed, but you can only use the P-switch. You have to keep the P-switch to a later point if you want to be able to find the secret exit.
But it's still within the level.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you're talking about an area where you need a power up, but the power up is not available within the level. I've never seen that.
Well,
yeah, that is true, actually. The fireball blocks will always be in the same level as you can get a fire flower.
Right, but you can get hit and lose Fire Flower. If you get hit, the P switch doesn't go away. Like, it's inherent.
Into a gap.
I mean, yes, you can lose it. There's like an action element to keeping it, but I don't think it's equivalent to a power up because it doesn't follow Mario's state in the same way.
Yeah, it doesn't help you.
Are there any more comments about the limitations of the Game Boy in regards to Mario Land 2? Just as an aside, though, Golem, when you mentioned how games from the NES had Game Boy counterparts and are different, I got to thinking how the Kid Icarus sequel actually lets you fall down without worrying about a game over.
Oh, yeah.
I thought, that is a bit more of a nice, something like nice. It's more nicer.
Lenient, merciful.
Yes. It's
not
it's
crappy.
Crappy.
Not crappy.
Oh, not crappy. Lenient. That was the word. It's more lenient about falling compared to the NES one.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we already talked about how the levels are non-linear, and even in that aspect, it seems like there might be some difference of difficulty between the 6 normal worlds. So, is there any world that you might find inherently easier or harder than any of the others? Let's start with Oak.
Like I said, I think we kind of covered this before, but I do think of the 6, probably the Space Zone is probably the toughest. But to be fair, I might only be saying that because that's the one that ended up being the one I played last, and I just played that. But I think Golem pointed out there, the mechanic in that one is one you hadn't really seen in any other game beforehand, so you're not as used to it as, say, water. And then you've got stuff where you've got full-on spike mazes and such. I think overall that level, and I think its boss is the toughest of the 6 zones bosses in addition as well. I would say Space Zone is probably meant to be the toughest of the 6, just because compared to the others, where you just go into a little cave and there's the zone, Space Zone is more hidden. You have to actually find it by playing the Hippo level first, and even then, the first time you played the Hippo level, there's a possibility you could end up going nowhere if you took the bottom exit instead of the top exit.
That's true. Space Zone isn't very kind about letting you start it.
Yeah, it's like I said. When I was playing, I thought I was going up there. So I was going like across in different paths. So I was like starting with the bottom ones, then the middle ones. But then I got Macro Zone, and Macro Zone was the top coin. That I was confused. I'm like, I thought that was supposed to be the middle. I thought Macro would be the left middle, and that clued me in that that Hippo level is probably how I get to Space Zone, because I knew there was a Space Zone, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah,
so,
that spike maze is killer.
Yeah, the spike maze, and like I said, that and it being hidden. I think those are little subtle things the designers put in there to make it that even though it's not linear, I think they intended for you to do Space Zone last of the 6, and they made it so that it's more likely for that to be the last one you find and play.
All right. Anybody else think there's any variance of difficulty between the regular worlds?
I feel like Tree to me at least, Tree Zone seemed really easy. And going off what Oak said, that one does also seem like it was set up to be the first level you do. It's just a tree. It seems simple. It's close to the start.
Yeah, exactly. It's got that kind of like Green Greens feel to it.
Yeah, it's just a tree.
Yeah, like Kirby Superstar.
The boss there is probably the simplest one in the entire game. Just a bird flies back and forth.
Although, to me, Turtle Zone was the first one I played, and that was the closest to me. But yeah, it and Tree are the 2 closest ones.
I think I played Space Zone first.
Tree Zone is also the one where it's the only world where you don't have to unlock a branching path, and so you don't have to clear all 4 default levels. You can just go through the three of them and leave one of the latter two undone.
I get it. Branching paths. Oh.
Ah, I think you're going out on a limb with that one.
Ah.
Yeah, that's
All right, let's leave the puns alone for now.
They're all a bunch of saps.
Make like a tree and get out of here.
be silent.
So I think that plays into why Tree Zone is easy, because you don't need to go through everything.
In terms of other complex ones, other than Space Zone, I think Macro Zone felt like the longest of the levels. I don't know if that's true, but
Yeah.
even if it doesn't have either it has the most stages, but it felt like it did.
But then there's also, it's the longest, and it's the only one where you can activate a shortcut.
I
Yeah, so that
find
might-
the shortcut in Macro
That
Zone.
might have intentionally been the longest one.
It's also the
Another
second
one.
one that's bug themed. Is that
thought
what?
it was
Is
house
that because
themed.
it was like a game? Because Game Boy's like small, they were like, "How do we make the enemies any smaller?" And so I was like, "Well, if they were ants."
But
Maybe.
the same size as Mario, so what's the point?
Where's Chibi Robo?
Exactly. See, if Chibi-Robo was basically like what Mario Land 2 was, it'd look nice.
Wait, so is Macro Zone giant or is Mario tiny in Macro Zone?
Mario's tiny.
Yeah, he's tiny.
He's
It-
tiny
it-
on the world map, right?
You're right.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
it looks like.
Yeah, he
So-
shrinks. He goes through the portal.
Right. So there
That
are
does
ants in
beg the
that
question.
level. But the ants in that level are regular size ants then. But then what the hell are the ants in the tree level? He's still fighting
Big.
ants.
The tree is big.
It's
Well, they walk out the portal that Mario goes through, so that they become giant ants.
Oh
so
God! So you're saying that so it's some tree spores escaped through the portal, and it grew into a very, very big tree. You have all these big other things. You got these large birds, large bees. Oh man!
it's got some really deep lore hidden in the layers.
Mario
of-
Land lore.
Is that where
Yeah.
super mushrooms come from?
All through this portal.
If the portal makes things smaller, how did they build a normal size house between them?
Staple of
Oh, they went in. They went into the coast
I mean, this
Oh.
is
where they airlifted it.
you already had, wasn't there already a world in Super Mario Bros. 3 where everything was giant?
Yeah. Has the best world map music.
It does beg the question why Mario even wanted that part of the island there. Ooh, yes,
'Cause
we'll
it's
have a
fun.
part where you shrink down and explore a big
It's like
empty
a fun house.
Well, also, why didn't he just go around the shrink portal and then
Couldn't.
like
You can't.
walk in the house, go upstairs, and pick up the coin he left in his dresser? Get it over with.
Is
It
that
wasn't in
even
his dresser. It was in a sewer
Hey,
with a rat.
wouldn't it be tiny if he picks it up that way?
Speaking of, I never Mario was such a fan of horror movies as well that he has a whole portion of his island devoted to both Western and Eastern horror themes.
I like that though. How like the first spooky level is Western horror movies, and then the second one is Eastern horror stuff. I don't know if that's intentional, but it is.
It's pretty
entertaining.
multicultural. Yeah.
I found that interesting because it's even though Mario is a Japanese game, I always forget it's kind of Japanese until then. As a level like that throws those clearly Japanese spirits at you, and it makes you realize, like, whoa! It's like you don't, even though it's a Japanese game, you don't kind of expect to see a lot of Japanese mythology or spiritual stuff in there, other than like the Tanuki suit. So it was kind of odd.
what it is subtle marketing for buying Yokai Watch. It's a very good time to play this game.
I know. I'm going to.
I'm going to
What?
delete the demo.
What is yokai?
Yokai
Yokai?
Watch?
Yokai Watch?
Next time you open your 3DS, you'll find out.
No, I won't, because I turned off any kind of notifications whatsoever.
Oh.
Go in the eShop and download the demo and play it, and then you'll like it, and then you'll go out and buy it on November 5th.
Or you don't have to go out.
$39.99 USD.
Are we straight up just marketing for Nintendo at this point?
I hope so. That's why I explained this.
That's what Wario Fan wanted to host for.
Oh no, that's below the belt.
This game just looks like fake Pokemon. Is that what it is?
Isn't it already a huge craze in Japan? Isn't it pretty much the new
Yeah.
Pokemon there?
It is pretty big over
Basically.
Yeah, well, it looks dumb as shit.
Wow.
I don't know. It looks kind of fun to me. I don't know if I want to play it immediately, but it looks kind of fun. And like I said, I always like stuff involving Japanese mythology, so that's cool.
Yeah,
If
actually,
you don't
Super
want to play
Mario
it, then just
Land.
watch the anime. Oh, sorry.
Super Mario Land 1 also has a Japanese world in it.
No, that's Chinese.
That's
it has
Chinese.
the Chinese spirits.
No, it's Japanese.
Oh.
No,
Remember when
it's
Sammo
Chinese.
Hung fought those guys? The
I
jumpy
haven't
guys?
played-
Those are the guys in Super
Oh.
Mario Land 2 as well.
Are they?
Well,
The
the
hoppy
only thing I
guys?
know about Super
Yeah.
Mario Land 1, since I haven't played
Yeah,
it,
the
I just know it has
people-
those giant. It has that level with the Easter eggs, which is I don't know what's up with that.
That's like Pacific Islands land.
Yeah, that I think is the
That's-
second
that's,
world.
Maori? No, not Maori. What's the word?
Maui?
Moai. That's
Oh,
Yeah.
What?
oh.
No, not Moai Dua.
Oh. All right, getting back on the track. What other things about Mario Land 2 do you think distinguishes it from other Mario games? We'll start with Waithlot.
I feel like a lot of the levels have really unique enemy designs, like more so than other games have. Like you've got those ghosts, the ants, those
Oh,
weird
yeah.
pig gun things.
There's Jason Voorhees, Goombas.
You've got piranha plants, Goombas, Koopas, and I think some boos are in whatever the spooky zone was called. I don't remember.
Pumpkin Zone.
Pumpkin Land.
You know, they're not.
Yeah, but
Something I noticed watching Adrian was that they're not afraid to do sprite swaps for Goombas.
That's what I was
Mhm.
going to say about. It's interesting that there are all these different looking enemies, but they're all pretty much either Goombas or paratroopers.
But that means you get, a Jason without a torso.
Yeah, it's
And
a game that
legs.
feels more dedicated to its art design than its enemy design.
So what you're saying is that Mario Land is more diverse than the Mushroom Kingdom.
Oh yeah, Mario made it. My favorite thing that distinguishes Mario Land 2 from another Mario game is the fact that whenever you pick up a power-up, the game doesn't freeze and let
yeah.
Mario grow. You just immediately grow and keep going
Yeah,
on
they
the way.
They did that in Mario Land, and it really weirded me out there, but for some reason in Super Mario Land 2, I didn't notice it as much. I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's
noticed
'cause,
it
like-
was still there, but it didn't feel as weird.
I think you also have invincibility while you're going through the animation of that.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
How about the gambling cave?
Oh, yeah, coins don't give you lives.
Oh yeah, and you have an enemy kill counter that counts up to 100, and when it gets
Yeah.
100, you get a star.
Yeah, the kill count was the first thing I noticed as soon as I started playing. I'm like, what kind of Mario game has a kill count?
It's Metroid
It's a good
2.
one. Yeah,
Mario
except
Free
it goes
Fire.
up instead of down.
But yeah, it's
Mario's
neat.
on the job. It's not that important, but when he's relaxing, it's he likes to keep score.
When you kill 100 enemies, you get a star, and then if you kill 5 enemies with that star, you get an extra life. And all of the coins you earn don't go towards extra lives. They instead go into that gambling cave, where you hopefully earn extra lives.
So what triggers the little mini game at the end of some levels, though? I never got that. I know
Oh,
some.
well, that is because you hit the bell at the top.
Oh, okay.
It's sort of like if you getting the numbers from the tape in Mario World to add up to 100.
Okay. All right, that makes sense.
One distinction that reminded me of was that if you lose all of your lives, you cough up all of your boss coins and have to replay those levels.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I haven't.
Along those well, not along the same lines necessarily, but boss levels also can't be replayed.
Right. There's no LNR button to go back in.
What?
Select.
It's a good reference.
Can't you select either?
Wait, you can use select to exit levels.
Yeah, exit, but you can't replay boss levels.
Oh. Well, you already got the coin.
But what if I want to fight the boss again?
What if
The
I?
boss is dead.
Well,
That's
that's not new. That's not new either. I mean, in Super Mario World, you can't replay the fortresses and castles, right?
If you
Damn.
press LNR at the same time.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought
now I get it.
I thought you could. I thought even then, I thought you couldn't replay castles in Super Mario World.
There's also the case where you're like 8 years old and you think you missed a secret exit in a boss level. And then there's no way to go back in and check.
Well, luckily none of us are 8 years old. So we don't have to think about it.
As far as we know.
Speak for yourself.
Whoa.
All right. Was there anything else about Mario Land 2 that's very distinguishing?
It has Wario.
Thank you.
Those bunny ears are very fashionable.
Air quotes.
Is it the first one that saves after every level?
Yeah.
Hey.
That's not.
Although you can cheat that in like Super Mario World, but
Right.
still.
How do you cheat that in Super
Virtual
Mario
console
World?
where you can save whenever you want.
Shotty, you just go to a ghost house.
But I gotta beat it.
Yeah, still.
But I gotta beat it.
It's still at will saving.
But I gotta beat it.
The
I
first
don't wanna
ghost
do
house is like the easiest level in the game.
Easier than Yoshi's house?
Twice as easy.
I've died so many times on Yoshi's House.
Yoshi's house confused me a
Yeah, I
lot
ran
as a
out of
kid.
time. I couldn't find a way out.
I don't know. The top secret area is pretty tough too.
This isn't unique to Mario Land 2, but like Super Mario World, every zone is very concerned with having its own identity, where its use of star exits and multiple paths through the world map is very thoughtful and tries to give each level a distinct identity, even so far as making Mario Zone distinct by having no optional paths or secrets.
I didn't think that's what made Mario Zone distinct. I mean, I thought it was, the machine-y type of the...
Yeah, it's basically the factory level.
I just meant the structure of the world map.
Oh, okay. Because, I was thinking when you said about how the worlds having their own identity, I mean, that was like the big thing about Mario 3.
Wait, so what's unique about the map of Turtle Land?
All right, you got me. Yeah. Huh.
It goes down.
Yeah, that's true. It goes down. The other ones all go up. Plus, there's that part where there's a level or where you have to go through the whale. You'd never expect that.
Yeah, the whale was cool. I like how in Space Zone, if you get the secret exit, it crashes into the moon in the background and makes it not happy
The
anymore.
poor moon. But he's happy on the world map.
Yeah, I guess maybe he got better now that you've left.
All right. Are there any design trends in Mario Land 2 that are very noticeable? Let's start with Golem.
I feel like multiple paths are more frequent in this one, and more frequently, like yourself noted, they can be blocked off by certain power-ups. Even as early as Tree Zone 1, you have paths that you can only access if you're small Mario.
Hold on. What did you mean by more frequent?
Mario games will sometimes have multiple paths where you can choose to go above the brick blocks or below the brick blocks.
Right.
But in Mario Land 2, you will often have dedicated challenges based on whether you take the top path or the bottom path. It reminds me of Sonic in that you rarely see two paths on screen at the same time.
How is that different from Mario World?
So with Mario World, you would often see like a jump-through platform you could go on top of, but you can choose to run under it, and they're both on screen at the same time, and there might be an enemy on top of it that runs off of it and then interacts with the bottom path that way.
Okay.
Whereas in Mario Land 2, things are pretty solidly blocked off from one another.
Yeah, I feel like Super Mario World tends to have a denser structure to it, such that there's not as clear a sense of distinct paths so much as distinct routes or like route options versus
Moment-to-moment options.
Right. Whereas Super Mario Land 2, yeah, what Colin was saying, it feels more like Sonic, where when you're on the top path, you're on the top path. I like that the stages they're relatively compact, so much so that a lot of times you can just jump over tons of stuff. Why? I mean, I don't know if I like that, but it is
Like the Kirby method?
Oh,
yeah.
God.
It is a bit interesting to play because I think that you need to be more aggressive about wanting to experiment with things to get the most out of this, whereas other games in the series provide a more immediate challenge so that you
Have to.
yeah, you can't, like, if you're doing something like jumping over the entire level, then that has to be by getting some really precise jumps or something like that. Whereas Super Mario Land 2 is like, yeah, you can just do whatever you want. Have fun, guy.
It's much simpler. I feel, and like I said, overall, I feel the game feels a lot easier than console Mario games. Maybe that's because of the limitations, in addition to what you guys have already talked about.
Yeah, they also designed for it, though, where, the whole world map, choose your own beginning thing plays into that well.
Mm-hmm. Well, it also might just be because it's a handheld, and maybe this is at the time where they decided, maybe for some reason they think handheld games should be easier than console games, because it's meant for more of a temporary bite-sized play of a few minutes at a time, as opposed to a console where a lot of times, especially before save points, in older console games at least, you're expected to be able to play the whole game in one shot, or a good chunk of it in one shot. With handheld, it's more like you're playing maybe a level at a time or so.
Yeah, I think in a number of ways, both for that reason of the difficulty and just the resolution of the stages, Mario Land 1 feels like it tries too hard to be Mario Brothers, or Super Mario Brothers, and Mario Land 2 is kind of a correction where they say, oh, we're on a Game Boy, that's right. We don't need to have a screen that's like 16 Marios tall.
Or do we?
No, we don't.
Well, it depends. Is your preference for Super Mario Land 1?
No, it's not.
I don't think
it's too hard.
Does anyone like Super Mario Land more than Super Mario Land 2?
It's not super hard. It's ridiculously easy.
It's harder.
I thought in general people don't like Super Mario Land 1.
No, no one does. It's considered
Golem does.
an abomination. I think it's fine.
I haven't played it, but
it's
it
fine
does
too.
seem
It's
like it's kind of like the
me.
black sheep or the oddball out of the Mario family.
Sure.
It is like sometimes its genetics are called into question, yes.
Shouty, are there any design trends you've noticed?
I think Super Mario Land 2 is more of a mix of different design trends than anything else.
Oh, yeah?
Like, it has so much variety in it that it kind of defies expectations sometimes.
You mean like how there's like, your standard Mario affair and then you get like space gravity and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And
Like
a
the
gambling
swimming
game?
with the sap and the whale guts. That's never been in a Mario game before.
That's true. We should bring back Sap.
And whale guts.
The sap thing is a good gimmick that I think New Super Mario Bros. Wii is the one that has floating, or is the
Floating
first
water
one in that
bubbles.
series that has floating water. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah.
Kirby Return to Dreamland has that as well. It's a cool gimmick.
You like floating water?
Yeah, floating water is great. I really like that.
They have it in space.
Yeah, go to space and you'll have some floating water.
There's a level in Donkey Kong Jungle Lead that also does that.
Wait, what?
Adrian!
Oh my god.
Surprise guest!
Introducing
I heard you was
It's
talking
was it
shit.
clues?
Oh yeah. I guess I think point earlier something about 16 Mario's tall with Mario Land 1. Yeah. The camera for Mario Land 2 is kind of cramped because it's really easy to jump and then the camera scrolls up to where you can't even see the original platform that you were jumping from. And I noticed this in the final level of the game, Mario's Castle.
That's right.
Well, temporarily.
Yeah, it's temporary, but it just shows you how easy it is for it to that's just an example of just how small it is.
Yeah, some of the jumps in Mario's castle can be annoying to make because you have to inch the camera towards where the object spawns, and it'll make it the jumping rhythm easier.
Yeah, there's one particular jump that I know is where you jump over a gap, but then one of those big spike balls that's in the air next to a giant piranha that isn't actually active, that going even at normal speed, it will hit you while in midair because that's just the way it's timed. So you have to like get it on the screen first and then time your jump across. But if you're just running through, you're sure to get nailed by that thing.
Yeah. Why are there broken piranha plant fireball cannons?
So you don't know which one's fire until you see them.
But I do.
Well, you've memorized it.
But I haven't. You can tell when they have like a fireball charging up in their mouth.
Well, yeah.
Will they do that?
That's how you know that they fire, but you don't...
It made me think that the game was going to have a hard mode where all the piranha plant statues would shoot fireballs.
It has an easy mode.
Yeah, it has an easy mode.
That's weird.
But
what changes in easy mode, actually?
Enemies are taken out, and even fewer piranha plant statues fire.
Yeah, see, that makes no sense.
Actually,
Where's
that's
the hard mode where all the piranha plant statues fire?
That's a distinction we didn't mention. This is the only one that has an easy mode, right?
Oh.
Well,
doesn't the original Super Mario Brothers have a hard mode where all the Goombas are replaced with fuzzy beetles?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
that's like second quest.
Well, that's hard mode. We didn't say Mario's having an easy mode, so yeah, it is different.
I guess.
What about in later Mario games where they had the super guide?
It's not an easy mode.
It's
just
not a different design.
One is we're going to show you how to play this level while not sucking at it, and the other is basically a power up.
Didn't Super Mario Land 1 have a hard mode after you beat it?
Yeah, that's what we just said with the Buzzy Beetles.
No, Super Mario Brothers 1 is what we said.
Yeah, what was the loop of...
Land.
I've definitely cleared the second loop of Mario Land, but I can't remember what it is.
I can't remember. Maybe it's that. Maybe I'm thinking of Dreamland 1.
No, it definitely happens.
Because
you gotta beat it twice.
Did everyone in here play Mario Land 1 except me?
I haven't played it.
I haven't really played it.
All it does Mario Land 1 is it has Easter Island statues and those Chinese lion dog things.
Okay.
No, those are like pharaoh dogs.
Oh, something like the Guardian dog. I don't know what they are. But also, I think
they're not Chinese lion dogs. They're lions with pharaoh crowns.
There's like an Egypt level and also the Easter Island level, and I know that the alien boss from Space Zone is the final boss of Super Mario Land 1, and he has some power up called Super Balls, whatever that is.
Yeah, they couldn't make bouncing fireballs yet, so they had to make super balls.
Yeah, that's all I know about Super Mario Land 1.
I guess for the question of design trends, man, it really fucking sucks having missed out on almost every other question. But do you know if there's anything you notice where like what makes the Turtle Zone, like is there a recurring theme that it develops? Because the worlds are non-linear, but the levels themselves, you still mostly do them in a straight order. I think the only branches where you have an option is actually the third and fourth levels of the Tree Zone.
Well, that's the water level, right? I mean, what do you mean?
Yeah, but the whale level doesn't have water in it.
Oh.
Yeah, as you go on in the Turtle Zone, the levels become less and less watery.
But the whale
Until
level
the boss
still has
is underwater.
the like resin stuff or whatever.
Yeah, whale guts. But that's like the least watery jumping
it's
gimmick.
still related to water though, and still provides it like a consistent gameplay element through the world.
Yeah, but it's still becoming progressively less watery.
Yeah.
You got the first level, which is on like a beach. The second level is in a abandoned submarine, but there's water, but there's also still land.
Yeah, I think Turtle Zone and Space Zone are probably the easiest to nail. Like, what type of design theme they wanted to go for.
Well,
Like, these are
I
where
don't
all
know
the
if-
swimming levels are, and these are where the low gravity levels are.
I don't know if Space Zone can really develop a theme because it's. Wait, hang on. With the hippo, when it puts you in a bubble, that's kind of like low gravity.
Yeah, it is.
Low
I
gra-
Kind
think
of, yeah.
That's NASA's
stage,
new training program.
That stage
Yeah.
pretty much is the first stage of Space Zone.
Shit.
It may as well be the first level in Space Zone.
Controls
It
the
has that
same way
space
as the Star Maze, right?
Yeah,
I mean-
it's a practice.
It pretty
So-
much is. You have to play it to play Space Zone.
Did Mario put a hippo in charge of the space zone or something? I gotta question his design decisions when he built Mario Land.
He didn't
Did
build
you
a
question
space
Mario?
shuttle.
What was that?
Space shuttles are too expensive, so Mario built a hippo
A bubble.
statue that has the runny nose.
Yeah, that takes you to Space Zone.
Whatever.
They called him insane, but who's on the moon?
So is Space Zone still considered part of Mario Land, or is it in the outskirts since it's in space and you have to get to it from the hippo?
It's considered a territory.
Quick, what did I miss? Please
Sovereign
recap.
territory.
Recap real quick. What did I miss?
Okay, we'll take it from the top, everybody. All right, welcome to the podcast.
No, it was around Space Zone that I kind of jumped out.
Oh, we're talking about the Space Zone is actually part of Mario's domain, since you have to go to it from the hippo, or whether it's like a territory or a separate nation.
It's a sovereign territory.
Legally
They
speaking.
own the moon.
So Mario owns the moon.
Mario
The
owns
politics-
the-
Well, he owns a moon.
You know what? He killed the sun, so he may have stolen ownership there.
As we said earlier, we're not going to know truly the whole idea of the politics of the Marioverse until we get the Mushroom Historia.
Wait a minute. Why does Mario collect moons for one-ups then? What does that?
Well, it's
Payback.
really. Because there are 3 dead toads inside of it.
Oh my God!
What the heck? Why would there be 3 dead
You know,
dead
3
toads?
lives.
Three
Because-
1-up
yeah.
mushrooms.
Well, one-ups are just dead toad heads.
No, they're not.
There they are.
Yeah, they are. He's right.
Ah.
They take the brain out of them and use them to replace Mario's dead brain.
Hmm.
Is that why they're green? Because they
What? His dead brain?
Stein.
Well, this has been a very thorough discussion on Mario Land 2. I think we covered a bevy of topics.
That's the word I would use.
Yeah, thank you. I'm good at words.
I think plethora works as well.
Oh.
I
To
think
finish
cornucopia also works.
Seasonal,
else-
too.
A seasonal questions.
To finish this off, how about we take a running poll here? Which do you think, even if you've never played both, which do you think was the weirder game, Mario Land 1 or 2? Let's start with Adrian. Are you here, Adrian?
Frick, I muted myself. I was going to go with Mario Land 2.
Oh.
Also, I think there was one point I forgot, and that was, did Greg mention anything about parallel paths? He kind of brought that up when I was playing.
Yep.
He did.
I also
Okay.
have a post on the forums about it,
Oh, good.
where I complained about New Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, boy.
Why? To be honest, I think New Super Mario's is actually better than this game.
It's
prefer-
less distinct.
It's less distinct, but I still think it's better and more. I think it's overall more fun, but that also might be because it's more appealing. It's designed to be more appealing to current players and current generations, as opposed to this game, which is more, like I said, still more in the previous generation's style of video gaming.
Sure. I don't mean to make a comment about its quality, just its identity.
Sure.
All right. Shouty, Mario Land 1 or Mario Land 2? Which is weirder?
It's hard to say because Mario Land 1's identity is basically handheld Super Mario Brothers 1, but there are no real Goombas or Koopas in Mario Land 1.
That's true.
So I guess I'll have to say Mario Land 1.
All right. Yourself.
The word weird is a microaggression, and I'm not going to partake in the system of
Microaggression against
oppression
what?
you guys have built here.
Well,
Against any group that falls outside the majority view of the portrayed by the media.
So all those red toads.
Red toads?
Wait, no, red toads are the majority. I mean all those green toads.
I play
Yeah,
as
the
a
green
blue
toads are what we used to make into one-up mushrooms.
Well, I don't think that
I don't know.
getting your head cut off is a microaggression.
I mean, the pink toads are more minority. We've only seen like one pink toadette.
We've seen 2.
When who's the other one?
Toadette 2.
Mario and Luigi Partners in Time.
Oh yeah, I still haven't
Of
played.
course.
I haven't played the Mario and Luigi games in a while. I've only played the first 2. I still need to get on that before Paper Jam comes out.
Yeah, before
Wait,
Paper Jam
Flop.
comes out.
Mario Land
Before
1
it comes out in March for us.
Wait, what?
Mario Land 1 or 2? Which is weirder?
I'd say 2. Like
All right.
space. You get tiny.
So Mario Galaxy is the weirdest Mario 3D platform.
Yeah, Mario Galaxy, the odd one out.
Well,
Since,
until 2
they
came
should-
along and made it look normal.
They should go back to Mario's roots and put him back on vacation. Oak, based on what you've seen of Mario Land 1, which is weirder, 1 or 2?
I'd have to say 1 is still weirder just from what I've seen and know. It seems it's more completely off beat, whereas Super Mario Land 2 at least has some grounding and seems more similar to Super Mario World in terms of aesthetics, at least. Even if it has more variety, it still feels more in line with the rest of the Mario series. But yeah, 1 seems like the most offbeat and weird.
All right. And Golem, what's your take?
Well, Mario Land 2 does break a number of significant rules, such as the world selection and the use of coins. And there are some mechanical oddities about it, like it's the only game with a space zone. I would say Mario Land 1 has more of those mechanical oddities and just stuff about enemy behavior. So I would say Mario Land 1 is weirder on a low level, and Mario Land 2 is weirder on a high level.
All right.
That's my cop-out answer of the week.
Perfect. I kind of think Mario Land 1's a bit weirder with the bombshell Koopas.
When you look at the grand scheme of things, you don't see Tatanga anymore, but you see Wario.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Mario survived the oddities that the Mario series underwent on the Game Boy, so
Well, I mean, they
has
both.
one.
Well,
They
didn't
both.
Daisy also come from Mario Land 1?
Ah.
Yeah, but who cares about Daisy?
They both.
Well, like, how dare you? She's way better than Princess Peach.
Well, I mean, they
But
both.
no one cares about her.
Oh boy.
Well, I mean, they both appeared in the next game. It's kind of a difference. Tatanga appears in the next game as a lower level. He appears in the boss of a level, whereas Wario appears in the next game in the series as the protagonist, completely taking over the series.
Oh.
Yeah, they should have just stuck with Wario as the main character. No more Mario. He's dead.
Yeah, there we go. All right. I think that's the thing we can all agree on.
I think every couple games they should have killed off the protagonist and switched it up.
Wow.
When's
Tatagonist.
Waluigi gonna get his turn?
When's Wario?
Indeed.
Wario and
No one cares
Waluigi
about Wart.
using Fry.
Wart was a dream.
I did dream up a game once. It was called, what was it called? Wario and Waluigi, Super...
Partners in Crime.
No.
Nah.
I can't remember what the word I used was. It was
Super
Bonanza?
Scallywags.
Super Rivals? No.
Super Tennis.
Super Tennis. Mario, I don't know. But it was like, oh god, it had the professor from for Frogs and
Egad?
Bellstills. Oh jeez, it was. We didn't
Wait,
call it Super
Professor
Villain.
from Frogs the Bell Tolls? What?
Yeah, well, because he's in Wario Land 4, so he's like now Wario canon.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That guy is from Frogs the Bell Tolls?
he is. It's one of the greatest Nintendo lores.
Yeah. If we're ranking Nintendo lores, that's one of the best ones.
Or like to catch fish.
It's almost as good as Sponge.
Honestly, I think if you had to use a Nintendo character to catch fish, you probably would use a frog.
So Dr. Arenostine, he's from, okay, I guess he's from, for frogs the bell tolls. The frog the bell tolls.
And that's a
Why?
What?
Why is he in Wario Land 4?
I don't have all the answers. I just know he's there.
I always thought his head was actually a hat.
It's not too many people you can say that about. There's the lady boss in Super Mario RPG. That's about it.
That is a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I guess I was reverse.
Yeah.
Did
It's
you
a
want a
hat.
proper sign-off here, or are we just sort of...
Yeah, I guess we should sign off.
Well, I gotta
Just-
go, so I'm
Any
signing
final
off
words?
now. Yeah, bye. Oh.
Oh, that's...
It's like you were having difficulty.
It sucks that I wasn't around longer, but I'm sure I'll get my shot with Daniel and Richard to talk more about Super Mario Land 2.
Yeah, we gotta have him on.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he'll write a book now.
Oh.
I think that we filled our Mario quota for the Commune.
No, we could always play another. We could always play some more Mario.
I could always play some.
No, but
We should do
I'm
Mario
saying
Maker
that
Commune.
if we filled our quota, I'm glad we did it with this game because it's my favorite Mario game.
Oh.
Really?
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Oh, it's not mine.
I mean,
Sorry.
Definitely.
I just beat it real quickly last night just for the podcast.
All music on this podcast was from...
Super Mario Land 2 for the Game Boy.
If you have any comments or questions, please email vgcommune@gmail.com.
All the little distinctions in this game, well, they always just make me sad about New Super Mario Brothers.
Aw.
Because it was like, you know, at this point in time, every Mario game was still allowed to have its own identity. And then
New
It wasn't
Super Mario
anymore.
Brothers was supposed to be Super Mario Land 3, not Wario Land.
what? New Super Mario Brothers was supposed to be.
This was supposed to be a Super Mario Land game.
They started developing New Super Mario Brothers in like 1999 or something.
Well, I mean, when the DS came out,
oh, okay.
they're thinking of making a Mario Land game instead of a new Super Mario Brothers. Like I guess they wanted to continue off of its own identity rather than just cramming Mario Bros motifs in it.
I guess they
Flag.
made the wrong decision.
Wow.
So, well, yeah, and especially then, I remember some people were upset when Super Mario 3D Land came out because they expected that to be more like the Mario Land series.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
that
just
was-
false. That's just their own fault because Reggie came out and said we're naming this Super Mario 3D Land because of a reference, not because it's the sequel. Then IGN makes an article that says Super Mario 3D Land is an imposter.
God.
Yeah,
Wait.
it's more based off of Super Mario Brothers 3. I thought it felt more of like an homage to Super Mario Brothers 3 in a lot of ways.
It was.
Yeah, in the same way that new Super Mario Brothers U was a giant homage to Super Mario World, which I personally I loved both of those for that.
Yeah.
Wait, so what does it mean that it was named that because of a reference, not because it's a
Because-
sequel?
Because it's handheld.
Because, yeah,
Okay.
handheld. It's handheld Mario.
If a game is handheld, you call it Land, like Kirby's Dream Land and Donkey
Yeah,
Kong
but
Land.
that doesn't make any sense at all.
That was the friend that was created.
Gradius Land.
There you go.
Metroid Land.
Yeah.
Well, no, with Mega Man, that's why with Mega Man is just you have Mega Man V instead of Mega Man 5. Other than that,
Mega Land.
Wait a minute.
I
Wait a
thought he
minute.
was Rockman World, right?
That's right. It is World. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
but
World in one of them.
So,
Mega Man wants to go a different path from Mario.
back to Mario Land 2.